Quote from the book on Supplier Consolidation. This method involves bundling similar bought-in parts from one competitive supplier and cutting out the others. Specifically, this means eliminating smaller suppliers and strengthening ties to the bigger or strategically important ones. Many companies are not able to or not willing to streamline their supplier portfolio. Reasons for this encompass giving too much freedom to local entities, avoiding business project by project, and not being in control of supplier selection. While fragmentation across too many suppliers absorbs a lot of management capacity, drives up cost, and also can be dangerous in terms of quality and supply security, we are seeing very negative impact in today's semiconductor crisis. In this video, we will cover all of these aspects. Let's get started. So just to clarify, I'm not advocating to create supplier monopolies, but just as a category can have too few suppliers, it can have too many suppliers. I firmly believe that you get the best value out of a supplier if you engage deeply. And there's a limit to the number of suppliers that you can have meaningful interactions with. This number may vary category by category and company by company, but I believe it will not be too far off from a handful of suppliers. And this will be totally reciprocal. The more time you spend on a supplier and with a supplier, the more time the key decision makers at that suppliers will spend on you and with you. And you will be able to measure this. You will see it in quality ratings, you will see it in the delivery performance, you will see it in the level of innovation you receive from that supplier. Well, and then there is cost. The book really doubles down on the savings aspect. The idea basically is to offer all the business that is currently done by marginal suppliers to one or several of the key suppliers. The resulting savings are not surprising. Even if the additional business does not immediately lead to longer production runs at the selected suppliers, there is a substantial impact on overheads. After all, you have to pay for all the salespeople, planners, supply chain and accounting resources dealing with you at the smaller suppliers. And these are already in place for you at the bigger suppliers. So all quite straightforward, but in the introduction I also talked about companies not being in control of supplier selection. And we are seeing this a lot in the context of the current semiconductor crisis. At most traditional industry companies, semiconductors were not a focus topic in the past, and most of them have a totally fragmented portfolio of semiconductor suppliers. The interesting thing is that this is pretty consistent across business models. Some of my clients do most of the engineering work in-house and other clients outsource most of it to tier 1 suppliers. But regardless, all suffer from this fragmentation. So we have in-house engineers picking from catalogs as they see fit and tier 1 suppliers doing pretty much the same. Now in this semiconductor crisis, this is pretty problematic. In order to get out of the quagmire of day-to-day firefighting, you need to strike a long-term deal with the key executives of your semiconductor suppliers. But if in the past you have effectively been shopping around, this becomes a Herculean task. And this is why today we are seeing supplier consolidation applied in a pretty strategic context. So there you have it, C2 supplier consolidation. A purchasing chessboard method that was meant to reduce cost and is now being leveraged to solve the semiconductor crisis. Okay, I'm curious. What is your experience with supplier consolidation and are you deploying it for more than just achieving cost savings? Let all of us know in the comments down below, and should you have a question, I promise to get back to you within 24 hours. Thank you for watching and I see you in the next one. Bye!